Hey, 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 hey! What's going on, everybody? My name is Mike. I will be your host today on the NVA Rider channel. I am glad you could make it today to join me for just a little rip around town. I just did an oil change, so I'm kind of doing a little, get it hot and stuff, get everything flowing, and then check out the levels when I get home. So I wanted to check with you guys on maintenance. And what do you guys all do? I mean, what about it? What about it? Let's talk about it. So I am just over, oh, not just over anymore. I am almost at 11,000 miles. So it was time for an oil change. So I went to the Harley dealer up the street and picked up the oil, and I did all three spots: the engine oil, the transmission, and the other one, the third one, the one that I cannot remember at the moment. This one over here. Pretty easy. I don't mind doing that. I didn't do the first two services because I prepaid for them at the dealership I bought it from in Michigan. But when I got down here, it was no big deal. I can do that myself. I have no problems. Actually, the last two. Good Lord, that was a big bump. So I have a service manual for my bike, so I went on there. It's PDF. So I went on the computer and looked up what I needed to do at the 10,000 mile mark, and pretty much a lot of it's pretty basic. There's a couple things I didn't do just because I don't have the stuff to do it, but for the most part I handled it. The next service I will probably take it to the dealership. There's a little bit more, I think there's a little bit more involved, so but we'll see. I'll have to look ahead and see a little bit. But when I was there buying the stuff, I know the manual says, I think it says 20 or maybe 20 or 30,000. Anyway, more miles than I've got now, or 2 years, whichever comes first, to do your spark plugs. Talking to the parts guy at the dealership, and he said if I'm not having any major problems with it, it's running fine, then don't worry about it. The next service, he said, come on in and see me, and we'll give you some of the Screaming Eagle plugs. I don't know if that makes a difference, but hey, whatever works. So as far as maintenance goes, do you guys, what do you guys do? I know some guys do all of their work on their bikes. I mean, they're very adamant about, I work on my own bike. Others are like, you know what, I don't have the tools, the location, the know-how, I just want to ride, so I'm going to let somebody else, professional, handle the work. I'm kind of in the middle. I can do basic stuff. The brake pads are getting a little worn. I know I'm getting low, so that's probably going to be the next thing. And maybe tires. Maybe tires. I'm making a funny noise when I'm cornering. I gotta catch it on film one of these times and see what it is. Commented to Road Reality about that, and he thought maybe he had some, what is this, the cupping on the tires, just a weird wear on it that caused a weird noise. So maybe that's it. I looked at the tires, they don't look terrible. I still have some decent tread on them, but I've got 11,000 miles on them, so maybe it's time to start looking. And I did look, and it's actually, for two tires, the same as what it cost me to put 4 on my car. Awesome. So that is all. I just got thinking about maintenance and the upkeep, and I mean, there's little things I check. I mean, I keep track of the tire pressure, I keep up on the tire pressure. I check that at least once a week for sure before I really go on a decent ride. Like, I'm gonna probably ride to work Sunday, weather dependent. They're calling for some storms. But can't believe that down here. So I'll definitely check the tire pressure there. I checked before this ride, mainly because like I say, I just did an oil change yesterday, so I was kind of checking a bunch of things out, and pressure was one of them. What else? What else? Do you have a routine? I mean, I'm going to be all over with this video. Do you have a routine when you first get on to ride? Tire pressure isn't an everyday thing, but whenever I get on this thing to ride, lights and signals, lights and indicators, I check every time. I don't know why. It's just a habit I've formed. I get on it, make sure the headlight's on, make sure the running lights, the indicators are on, and that the turn signals flash when I tell them to. Every time. Right, wrong, or otherwise, I don't know. I just check. So like I said, this is just kind of the initial ride after an oil change. I get home, I got to make sure that the fluids are still the same level. I know the oil filter when I put it on was empty, so that's probably going to drop a little bit as it fills, but you know, I put the amount of the manual specified in, and I'll probably have to adjust the engine oil a little bit when I get home. So that is all, just a short one about maintenance, and nothing. No, you know, I didn't want to get too much into maintenance. There's, you know, the oil change I was going to film, but everybody's got those videos, and it's nothing new. But it just made me think, you know, who does their own work? Brand new road. On a little squirrel moment, this is a brand spanking new all-way stop, and those freaking buildings were not here a few weeks ago. We know they were working there, but holy crap, they went up fast. And some of them I've been hearing of their module. I wonder if that's what that is. That crane, they're pre-made and they just stack them. That's kind of cool. All right, back to wrapping this sucker up. So you guys have a good one. I'm just going to kind of cruise around a little bit, take it easy, nothing heavy, and get home and check everything and see how we're rolling. But let me know down in the comments what you think, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for stopping by and watching. So long.